All is literally all the biochemical pathways, and my amino acids and all of my hormones for the biochem section and the chem phys section of the MCAT.
And again, like, make sure you guys are taking advantage of like your alumni, because a lot of us have studied for the MCAT and we have a ton of study materials left over. So if you guys need anything, reach out to us, because we still kept our MCAT notes, believe us. So reach out, we all have them.
I have a ton of notes that I can forward to people, books that I can give away. I think I have like 2 or 3 sets of MCAT books, so just let me know.
I did research. I was a Hackman Scholar, and so I struggled a bit with organic chemistry, and then I did a Hackman with an organic chemistry professor, doing synthesis of unknown NMN pincer ligands, which was actually an amazing experience. I was like, it totally demystified organic chemistry for me. Before, that was something that was like giving me anxiety. I did the research, which was 9 to 5 every day for 10 weeks. I loved it, presented at the research fair. People can talk who have gotten into med school, but I loved doing research at FNM, especially because you really have autonomy there.
Yeah, I also did research. I did a bunch of research. Starting my freshman summer year, I was a Hackman Scholar in the chemistry department. And similar to Kylie, it was like a 10-week process, 9 to 5, presented at the FNM Research Symposium. And that kind of like started or catapulted my interest in research. And then so 2 years after that, I did a research position at Penn State College of Medicine. It was called the Commonwealth, research program. And I ended up getting a paper from there, going to like different conferences and like presenting myself, winning awards and stuff like that. And also like gaining a mentor from that process. So from each like experience I had, I made sure I like connected with like my advisor or something like that, so that way I could later on when I'm applying for medical school, I could like call on them for like a letter of recommendation and stuff. And then after undergrad, I was a medical scribe for a couple months, and then after that I started research back at Penn State. So originally doing research there the summer of my junior year allowed me to like put my foot in there, so that when I graduated I contacted a bunch of like PIs there, and I just did research for 2 years. And those are my 2 gap years. In that meantime, like I was applying for medical schools, I was studying for the MCAT, traveling, doing interviews and stuff like that. So I definitely think that research is important. If you can do like even just one research project to get on something, so that way you can use it to your advantage, and when you're in interviews and stuff like that, you can talk about it. Some schools, they're like research intensive, so they do prefer that you have some sort of research background. Other schools don't really care as much, but I think it's helpful for you to have a research background.
I also did research at FNM during my junior and senior year, so not in the summer, during the academic years I did it. I did research with Dr. Thompson in the biology department. I was a bit worried because my research was on like squid and animals, kind of muscle research, so it wasn't anything clinically related, but I was asked about it on all my interviews. So if you're interested in doing research that's not, medically related, that's okay. I think it's important to have research because it is a checkbox that you need. I'm not too interested in research, but it did help me out in my interviews. Also, I took 2 gap years. During one of them, I did my master's, but during the second one, I did clinical research in New York. So that was definitely more medical focused. And I could talk more about that if anyone's interested in that.
So I want to speak on it as soon as I take my thing out from mute, if that's possible. Anyway, but I am a super anti-research, hate research. Wouldn't do it if you paid me all the money in the world. And I didn't do it before going to medical school. I had done research here. That's just part of the natural curriculum. But that was about it. I wasn't doing any more than that. And you can definitely get into medical school without doing any type of research. It definitely helps It's recommended, but it's not required, I would say. So if you are also anti-research, that's just something that it's not something that you have to do. Don't feel compelled. Don't force yourself to find some research project or do research for a gap year or anything like that. There are other ways to get in. This is not required. That's all I wanted to say.
If I can add, like, it doesn't have to be like biochem or like I did research